To present myself to the Chinese Australian media and also talk about what I think is an important initiative that I am proposing that this Parliament look at in this term of Parliament. And that initiative is the compulsory teaching of Mandarin Chinese to all New South Wales school children in this state. We had 70,000 kids do their high school certificate in 2014. And only 0.5% of them studied Mandarin. This is too low. This is too low, considering the rising economic power that China will be in the coming century. We hear a lot in business, and we hear a lot in the community about the Asian century. We also hear a lot from politicians who say every day in Parliament and in the national media that Australia needs to get ready for the Asian century. And the truth of the matter is, we've only done a good job with natural resources. We've only done a good job with the digging up of our natural resources and selling it in to Asian markets. Now that is a good thing, and I do not oppose that. That's been the cornerstone of Australia's economic growth over the last 10 years. But our engagement with Asia needs to be deeper than that. We need to get to a point where young Australian kids are able to do business within China and the rest of Asia, while at the same time having an understanding of Asian culture, Asian languages, and Asian contacts. This is the big challenge for Australia. I've been told before that we shouldn't be comparing the Australian workforce to Sweden or France or countries in Europe or South America for that sake. And the argument that's been put to me is, well, a country like Sweden is landlocked. It's surrounded by countries that don't speak the same language that they speak, and all of their trading partners speak a foreign tongue. Well, the same thing is true of Australia. Most of our neighbours don't speak English, and nearly all of our top 10 economic trading partners do not speak English either. We need to get to a position where Australian firms are investing in Asia, and that is only going to happen if the Australian workforce has a working understanding of Mandarin. This is a historic opportunity for Australia to get ready for the 21st century, to finally get it right and say to all young people, we will roll out an education curriculum that will include the mandatory teaching of Mandarin, and we will change Australia forever. I'll leave you with one statistic. I think it's an important statistic for the future economic health of this country. Australian firms invest more in New Zealand, which has a population of just 4 million people, than all of Asia combined, which has a population of 4 billion people. So we invest more in a country with just 4 million and don't invest the same amount of money in a region with 4 billion people. We are missing a huge opportunity here. We can't just be Asia's farm or Asia's quarry. We have to truly be part of Asia, and only decisive action from the New South Wales government, led by the New South Wales Parliament, is actually going to bridge that gap and set Australia up for the 21st century. I'm excited by this proposal. I have brought it to the Parliament's attention, I'm not going to deceive you, as a way of stimulating debate about languages, as a way of putting out there a marker that this is something that we should aspire to. I don't believe it can be done in 1 year or 2 years or even 5 years, but I think we can't afford to wait. It is absolutely important and imperative that this country gets ready for the Asian century, and I think this is an important first step to get us there. Thank you very much for your